then guys, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how I mount my purity seal. So the first thing we'll do is run through what you'll be using. You'll have green stuff. I use this sculpting tool which goes around concave edge or something similar, piece of paper and various bits. Now the bits will be pretty much the centre of the purity seal rather, and for this one I'm going to use a melter gun. So we'll move that out of the way for the time being. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut off some green stuff. Now it's not an exact science exactly how much to use. I'm going to probably use about, I'm not sure, about 1 3/4 inches worth. I'll mix that up and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so there's my ball of green stuff. I added about another 1/4 inch worth to the mix just to get the size purity seal that I want. So what I'm going to do now, I've got a nice flat smooth surface. Just squeeze in a load of water on there. Make sure my fingers are wet, because you don't want this stuff sticking to you. And then I'm just going to gently push down a little, turn it round, push down again. What we're looking for is like a, pretty much like a circle. Nice even thickness all the way around. As you can see, it's not sticking at all to my fingers or the surface that I've got it on. As you can see, that's rounding up quite nicely now. Still fairly thick as well, which is always good. Now one of the parts is I'm going to use the standard Space Marine base to create an inset, and that's nearly the size I want it. Just making sure I'm keeping it fairly round. You don't have to be 100% with this, because don't forget, these things are made out of wax normally and they're far from perfect. Okay, so we've got a nice round disc now. So I'm just going to dry my hands. And what I'm going to do at this point is wet the base. Don't notice the base itself. I'm just going to put the base somewhere over the centre. Give it a firm press. And there we go. Take that off there. Hopefully this hasn't stuck down. As you can see, we've got a nice, perfect circle now. So now I'm just going to give that surface a bit of a wipe. So I want it nice and dry for the next stage. Okay. Got my piece of paper. At this point now I'm going to put my purity seal on the paper. Yeah, I know it'll stick to the paper, but that's what I want. Alright, with my sculpt tool now, hopefully you'll be in shot to see all this, guys. I'm going to just press the edge. All the way around. Try to keep it as neat as you can, making sure that the end of your sculpt tool is wet, because you don't want it sticking to it at all. This is only a basic purity seal that I'm making, but gives you an idea of what it's all about. So there we go. Let's just bring it closer to the camera so you can see. That's where we're up to so far. And then hopefully, if I've made this the right size, what I'm going to do now, see, now that melter gun is too big for this purity seal. I should have checked really at first as to how much green stuff I'd actually mixed up. So what I'll do is I'll use this Blood Angels symbol. So what I'm going to do now is place that as close to the centre as I can possibly get it. I'll just use my sculpting tool to move it. Okay, and then I'm just going to give it a press. Not too hard. You don't want lips to form over it. Just enough so it's embedded in the green stuff. And there we go. That's the first part. You could go the other method where you actually press in and then release the plastic part out, but I'm finding that they look far more better when you just leave it in and have an embossed purity seal rather than a press moulded one. So what I'll do now, I'll give that 24 hours to dry and we'll come back and we'll paint it up. Okay guys, so the green stuff's gone off now and here it is on the paper, and all I do at this point is just prise it off. It does normally come off quite easily. There we go, we don't need that. Don't worry about this backing paper that's on the back there. As you can see, that's pretty much what it looks like. That's no problem, we're not interested in the back anyway. It's all gone off now, nice and solid. Just a quick note on the parchment now. What I generally do from eBay, it's readily available. I buy some, it's actually called parchment paper. It has a lovely textured colour looking pattern to it, and it's a good quality one as well. Now I believe this colour is champagne, so that's the sort of paper I use, and basically all I do is go on my PC and print off some text, any sort of 40k fluff that you require, and cut it out, and essentially that will be stuck to the back of the purity seal like that. Obviously not that size. Now you will have to experiment, dependent on the size of your purity seal, how big you want the text. Just muck around with your printer settings until it prints out the size you want, and then cut it out. So we'll come back to that shortly. And now I'll add a bit of colour to the seal. Okay, so for the primary colour, the base colour, I'm going to use GW Blood Red. I find this, I really like the GW Blood Red because I believe it's, for me, it's actually better than the other brands that I do use, such as the Vallejo version. Even, I mean, obviously I haven't primed this. I'm not really concerned all that much about priming it, to be honest, because it will still look just fine by the time I've finished with it. Ordinarily I do, but for the sake of this tutorial it's not necessary. It'll look just the same as the others. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint all of this now. It'll probably take a couple of free coats and then I'll be back. Okay, then as you can see, I've painted it all now in the GW Blood Red, front, back, sides, nice even coat. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some watered down, let's do it this way, Devlin mud wash, quite liberally, all over the seal. Not worrying too much about where it's going. Make sure it's going in the ring segment here, because you want that bit to be shadowed. Generally all over, and of course in the details around the edge. Sorry if my hand's getting in the way, guys, but you can pretty much see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to run this under the hairdryer and I'll be back. Okay, so I've dried the Devlin mud wash now, which has given me some nice shading. Essentially what I'm going to do now is re-dry brush over the whole thing. I've brought an army painter, what is it, hobby hobby dry brush rather. I haven't used it before, so I'm going to try this one out. I'm essentially just going to clean it all up now using the blood red again from GW, just to bring back the redness just a little bit. Take away some of the untidiness that washes generally give. So what I'll do is off camera I'll re-dry brush this all up, and we'll take another look. Okay, so I've tidied that up now by applying a bit more blood red around the surface area of the middle, and some dry brushing around the edge, and made sure the rim was nice and red again. Not too worried about the back, because obviously it's not about the back, is it really? Now you can leave it at that if you wish, but what I'm going to do on this particular one, I'm going to add some GW fiery orange just to the icon in the middle. Now let me see, make sure I get on camera view, just to give it a little bit more detail. That's barely noticeable. I'm going to second guys. My fiery orange is a bit knackered, to be honest. So it's just to give it a bit more depth, more than anything else. Just to show the emblem up in the middle just a little bit more than normal. You can do pretty much what you want at this stage regarding the painting of your seal. Paint it in any colours you like. Totally up to you. Sky's the limit really with these things. So there you go. I don't know if it's very apparent, but it's just a little bit. Like I say, you do have free hands, you can do pretty much whatever you like. So right now I'm going to get the parchment piece ready. Okay, so what I've done here, the piece of print off that I showed you earlier, I've actually, let's just zoom that out a bit, cut it out now to the appropriate size for the purity seal. Pretty much like that. Now there's many different ways you can do this next bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of Devlin mud, extremely watered down, to, I'm going to just get a clean brush guys. I don't want to, that's me being prepared as always, sorry about that guys. Right, so here I am now, and basically I'm just going to add some general dabs of highly watered down Devlin mud, just to make the parchment look a bit grubby. Avoid the printed areas because it will leach into the ink and run and completely balls up your print off. So now, like I say, there's many different ways you can do this. You can use the tea bag approach that many have spoke about and so forth, but I am just showing you the quick way I make them. So there you go. Alright, so I don't know if you can see, it's just added a few grubby marks to it. So at this point I'm going to glue the purity seal now to the top of the ribbon. I'm just going to put some super glue, not too much, and I'm going to place that on it. Okay, we'll just give that a few minutes guys to dry and I'll be back. Okay, finally for the last bit I'm going to add some burn marks to the ribbon. Now this is pretty much all I do. As you can see, the effect works quite well. I'm just going to do the rest of this off camera and show you the finished project in a sec. Okay guys, so here we go, all complete. There's the finished purity seal. Pretty simple process. Many of my younger subscribers, if you're attempting to do this, please make sure you get an adult to do it, or you could always paint the burn marks on, but do not attempt to do it yourselves. I hope you like the tutorial, guys. Cool little things to have. You can bend them so you get the general ribbony flow effect, but that's essentially it. So cheers guys, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching my bits.